Gwe Odawa families, welcome to the Odawa Indigenous EarlyON cooking show. Today we're going to be doing bagels. I have never made bagels before, so good luck to me. It might be a huge mess, but hopefully totally worth it. Anyhow, I'll take you through the ingredients as well as the tools that you will need. The ingredients that you're going to need for your dough are 1 tablespoon of maple syrup. Today I'm using a wazibi from Kitagan Zibi. You'll need 2 1/4 teaspoons of active dry yeast. You'll also need 1 1/4 cups of warm water, 4 1/3 cups of flour. Today I'm using pizza flour. You can also use all-purpose flour. You'll also need 2 teaspoons of sea salt. You'll need to boil water. So, for your water mixture, you can use 1 1/2 tablespoons of maple syrup, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, and 1/2 tablespoon of salt. For your toppings for the bagel, I'm using poppy seeds, as well as 1 egg white and 1 tablespoon of water. The tools you will need are 2 freezer bags, 1 large bowl, 1 handheld mixer, your measuring cups, your baking sheet, as well as your baking pan, and an oven mitt. Last but not least, you'll also need a large pot. I have already filled my pot with water here, and we will add the water ingredients later on. You will add 1 1/4 cups of warm water into a separate bowl. You will then add 1 tablespoon of maple syrup into the water mixture. And use 1 whole entire package of quick rise yeast. Use your handy scissors. Make it a whole lot easier. Add that in there. Give it a gentle stir. Make sure all the ingredients are thoroughly mixed. You will now let this mixture sit for the next 5 minutes. In a separate bowl, you're going to add 4 1/3 cup of your flour. So feel free to pour directly from the bag into your measuring cup. We're going to do this 4 times. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 4 cups. And now we're going to add 1/3 more of a cup. Perfect. Next, we're going to add 2 teaspoons of salt. There's 1. There's 2. Give it a little stir. Perfect. Then you're going to get your active dry yeast. It should look like something like this right now. You can see that it's super foamy. Now you're going to grab your handheld mixer. You can also use a stand mixer, which is much more easier, but I don't have one. So I will be blending with my hand mixer for the next 7 minutes. Yay! So get your hand mixer out and you're going to put it on 3, which is a medium low speed. Okay. Get your yeast. Add it slowly in. Put your mixer inside the ingredients first, then turn it on. So we're gonna wait 7 minutes, and I put the timer on so that way I know when my 7 minutes is over. And 7 minutes is now up. Yay! You will now knead this mixture for the next 2 to 3 minutes. Once you're done kneading, you're gonna add the mixture into a freezer bag and put it in your fridge for the next hour. So what I did was I rolled my dough into little balls because it was easier for me to knead. Now I'm going to be adding it into the fridge for the next hour. Make sure it's on a flat surface. You're now going to take out one of the balls from your bag that is in the fridge. Generally, you're going to want 8 round balls, but today I made 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, never mind, I made 6. So you're going to add a few drops of water onto a clean counter surface and just spread it around there. Then you're going to roll this dough out into a long 9-inch cord. Okay. I might have added a little bit too much water, so I'm going to use a little bit of paper towel to dry the water up. Yeah, but it will still be moist. So this will make the dough much more malleable, which means it is much easier to work with. I hope your kids have a good time or a fun time making these nice long 9-inch cords. It's kind of almost like making a snake. So fun. So we're almost at 9 inches here. And then what you're going to do is you're going to connect your ends together like so. And you can always turn the dough around itself to make it more adhesive or make it stick to itself without having cracks in the dough. Just like so. Okay. So then you're going to take a baking pan and you're going to add some oil on top of the pan. Don't have to add too much, and you can just spread it around like so, or use your hand or a special tool. And then you're going to place your first bagel on your baking sheet like so. And you can add a second and a third one all the way until you have 8 bagels. You can always use 2 baking sheets as well. We are now going to saran wrap each individual bagel and then add them into the fridge until tomorrow. So this is how we're gonna do it. Be a lot easier than adding your bagels onto the pan and adding the pan into the fridge. It saves on space as well. I'm gonna use these 3 bagels tomorrow, and I'm gonna use the rest of the 3 bagels for today. We'll see if there's a difference between putting them in the fridge overnight versus cooking them right away. You're now going to preheat your oven to 450. To make sure your bagels are ready to be put in the oven, you simply add them to a warm water and see if it floats. If it does not float, you let it sit for the next half hour. Okay guys, we are now going to add some ingredients into our pot of water. We're gonna use 1.5 of a tablespoon of maple syrup. So get your finest maple syrup out. There's 1 tablespoon. And now you're gonna add 1/2 of a tablespoon as well of maple syrup. There we go. You're now gonna add 2 teaspoons of baking soda. There's 1. There's 2. And you're going to use 1/2 of a tablespoon of salt. So get your tablespoon back out. Pour your salt right back in to the spoon and into your liquid. You can give it a little stir. And turn your stove on to high and let it come to a boil. If you'd like, you can add the lid back on to your pot so that way your water comes to a boil a lot more fast. You're gonna now add 1 tablespoon of water into a bowl. Then you're gonna take an egg, crack it, and take the egg white out only. You can do this by transferring the yolk from eggshell to eggshell and letting the clear part of the egg come out. There we go. And if a little bit of yolk comes out, that's okay. My water has now come to a boil. What I'm gonna do is turn it down on medium high, and I'm gonna slowly add my bagel into the pot. You're more than welcome to use tongs, or if you're brave, you can use your fingers. I am not brave. And you're gonna boil 1 minute per side. Okay, so 2 bagels can fit in this pot, and we're gonna wait for 1 minute to be done and flip them over so they can boil on the other side for 1 minute. 1 minute is done, and now I'm going to flip it. Woo! Just like so. And then I'm gonna add my last piece there. So I just added my last bagel inside of the pot, and while these 2 are cooling down just for the time being. Okay, now I have stirred my egg and water together. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spoon out the mixture and I'm gonna add it on top of the bagels here. Just like so. And then I'm going to use my poppy seeds on top. So I'm gonna coat all 3 bagels, and then I'm gonna add my poppy seeds. All 3 of my bagels are now coated with the egg mixture. And I'm going to add some poppy seeds on top of my bagels. Ooh, I'm excited. Oh, I hope you're excited. I wonder what your bagels look like. I hope they look more luxurious than mine, that's for sure. Mine are a little bit lopsided, but I'm sure they're gonna taste really delicious. I'm excited. Yum! Look at those bagels. We are now going to add our bagels into the oven. Whoop, whoop. Here we go. We are now in the oven and we're gonna wait for 14 or 18 minutes or until they are golden. As you can see, I have dinner in there as well. So your bagels should look like this once they are done. Nice and golden brown. And they look super, super, super tasty. So thank you again for joining Odawa Indigenous EarlyON Cooking Show. I hope to see you next time. Anna!